Imagine a world where limited partners don't just sit in silence, quietly hopeful, quietly frustrated, quietly settling. What if for once the people who hold the keys, the capital, actually spoke up? What if they stopped nodding politely and started shouting about what they really need, what they really want, what the system has denied them for far too long? Right now, many limited partners are trapped in a cycle. They hand over their money and pray it grows, hoping the general partners are doing their job. Yet, they feel invisible, unheard, powerless. Deals close, reports come in, numbers get crunched. But do those numbers really tell the truth? Do those updates fully explain the risks, the challenges, or the real pace of progress? No, not always. Because the system protects its own mysteries. It keeps certain truths locked away, buried beneath layers of jargon, glossed over failures, and carefully crafted PR. This is the cold truth. Limited partners carry incredible weight, but their voices are muffled. It's like holding the steering wheel, but being told to keep quiet while others drive. That frustration? It's real. That nagging feeling something's off? It's everywhere. Limited partners want transparency, not just the polished version, but the raw, unfiltered reality. They want accountability, not just promises, but proofs. They want partnerships that respect their intellect, their instinct, their experience. Imagine for a second the power surge if limited partners stopped waiting for permission to demand what's theirs. Imagine they publicly laid out their expectations, their non-negotiables, their pain points. Imagine a shift where they are not just sources of capital, but active architects of the future investment landscape. What would happen then? Doors that have long been locked open wide. General partners would finally stop dancing around tough questions because the pressure would be undeniable, relentless. Transparency wouldn't be a choice anymore. It's demanded. It's expected. Reporting turns from a chore into a lifeline, giving insights that change the whole game. Investment strategies would be rethought because limited partners could say, "We see where this is going and it needs to change." Here's the brutal fact. Without limited partners standing together and making their demands known, the system will keep running on autopilot, thriving on complacency and obfuscation. But the moment those demands go public, the entire industry feels the tremors. Structures built on vague promises and cozy errors start to crack. Chains that have silently bound limited partners begin to break. But this isn't about making noise for noise's sake. It's about laser-focused, purposeful action. Limited partners already have what every fund manager craves: credibility, money, choice. It's power wrapped in patience. When that power is openly wielded, when it's clear that silence is no longer an option, the shift is seismic. So what should those demands be? It's simple but revolutionary. First, demanding radical transparency. Not just financial statements, but a full brutal honesty about portfolio companies, management challenges, and lessons learned from past mistakes. No more sugarcoating or hiding behind vague terms. Limited partners want the real story, warts and all. Second, insisting on alignment that's more than words. Fees, carry structures, decision-making processes, everything should serve partnership, not just profit. Limited partners must make it clear. They're not passive wallets. They want influence proportionate to their risk and commitment. Third, pushing for a new standard of reporting cadence and substance. Quarterly updates that don't just recycle the same numbers, but offer fresh analysis, emerging trends, and clear signs of risk or opportunity. They want engagement, not information dumps. Fourth, cultivating an environment where limited partners can convene, share experiences, and build collective strength. Because when they stand united, their demands carry unstoppable weight. There's safety and power in numbers, and the more united they become, the harder it is for general partners to ignore. And finally, embracing a mindset that refuses the status quo. Limited partners need to stop accepting what's comfortable or convenient. This is about demanding transformation, real, deep, systemic transformation, one that reshapes how capital flows, how accountability works, and how value is created and returned. Listen closely. None of this is pie in the sky or some distant revolution. It's already happening quietly in pockets around the world. Limited partners are beginning to talk, to ask, to question, and in those conversations, the seeds of upheaval are planted. Imagine the personal freedom that comes with this shift. Limited partners no longer forced into secrets or silences. They gain trust, not because they are closed off, but because they are clear and direct. This liberation is a game changer, breaking chains that restricted their input for decades. To those still watching hesitantly, the discomfort you feel, the scratch of restlessness, that's the call of change. Sitting quietly is no longer an option. It's a slow surrender to systems that don't serve your true potential. Don't let patience slip into passivity. Demanding clarity, fairness, and real partnership isn't just smart, it's necessary. And when those demands go public, those most resistant to change will feel the heat. Some will resist, yes. Some will try to quiet the noise. But that resistance only proves the need for the movement louder. Think about the future that opens up. Funds driven by clear alignment, nurtured by honest dialogue, fueled by shared vision. A future where limited partners are not outsiders, but co-creators. Where capital doesn't just fund ventures, it builds legacies. So ask, what if those voices weren't scattered whispers, but a collective roar? What if the power of limited partners was fully unleashed? How different would investing look then? How different would outcomes be? How much stronger and freer would every individual behind that capital feel? This is about taking back control, not through confrontation, but through conviction. Not through chaos, but through clarity. Not by waiting for permission, but by demanding presence. No more shadows, no more quiet nods. It's time to speak, to claim what's yours, to rewrite the rules that no longer serve. When limited partners go public with their demands, the whole game changes. Doors open, masks fall, systems shake. The promise of true partnership, raw, honest, powerful, shifts from a dream to a living reality. Don't underestimate the fire this can ignite. It's not just the voice of money, it's the heartbeat of transformation. It's every limited partner refusing to settle, standing up for what they know is possible. This moment, this choice, this surge of clarity, grab it. Because the future isn't waiting. It's being made right now by those who refuse to be silent any longer. And when the first limited partner starts to demand openly, others will follow. The tide will rise until every silent frustration finds a voice, until limited partners become the force that reshapes capital itself. This is the call. This is the power. This is the promise waiting to be seized. The choice is clear. Stay quiet or speak and shake the world. Which side will you be on?